It's evolved even more into a game in the air. And boy, do we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from Foxborough. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. Led out by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think two things were at play. Number one, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his second, third, check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Has completed to Douglas. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Patriots ready for the punt. That is fielded at the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
One of the best parts of the week, Mike, is when we have an opportunity to sit down and visit with these guys during the production meetings. And the thing that we both came away with was, while he was happy with the overall performance of his team a week ago, you could tell that lone interception left a bit of a bad taste in his mouth. He called that errant pass unacceptable. He doesn't plan on having too many of those in this one, and look for him to be a little bit more careful with the ball as he tries to get his team to another victory here today.
And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
A throw on the move is caught. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Second down and 8. Again, it's 4. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. Jabril Peppers up from his safety spot to bring him down. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That is brought in at the 10. That is a gain of 15, and now it's first and goal.
Having the ability to move your running back to the widest receiver, they call those the number one receiver, meaning he's the closest to the sideline, it really forces a defense to show their hand. Do we keep a corner out there, and I know it's zone, or do I move a linebacker or safety out there, and now you tell the offense that it's man coverage? So the versatility and the chess piece that is the running back position, it could do so much to help not only the play caller, but also the quarterback.
The ball still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. Up the middle, here's Ford. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Third and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Davis now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Patriots offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yards. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. Now he'll air one out. That is hard. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So after the big play to start, now we have first and goal.
43.
He's got it at the 3.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that...
Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something.
Under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a second consecutive time.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you got to settle for the 3. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down.
Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught by 4. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped. And that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Patrick to throw. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the 1st down, get down. The drive continues. Play action here. Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now. Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the 1st down. It's 4.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Mahomes going to look to run with this one. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Looking to convert for the third time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. Here's 4. It's a gain of 10 yards. And the Chiefs have a first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations? The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Right back to Kelsey again. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And the first down on the Chiefs.
They put Kelsey in motion. On first down, it's Mahomes. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for 4. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs will open up a 13-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Patriots offense headed back to take over once more. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. Purdy on first down. He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. On second down, Purdy. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Third down, 3 to go. Back to throw, Purdy. That one on target to Moore. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all. As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then they say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Here's Bryce Behringer now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And they'll hold them to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. To throw is Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
1st and 10, and here comes 4. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run once more with 4. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here's Mahomes. They'll try to set up the screen here. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now the Patriots going to use their 1st timeout. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is why every defense wants to play with the lead, because it allows them to just tee off on the quarterback. Go rush the passer. You're not worried about them handing the ball off or little quick game. You know they're chasing points, so what can you do? You can get after this guy, and boy, have they ever.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd and 19.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. Now the Chiefs going to call the 1st of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Chiefs offense. And Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. He's had things all his way in the 1st half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On 2nd down, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the 1st half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
That's complete to Rice. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Chiefs going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense going to get it one final time in this first half. Down a couple of scores now, 16-0, as they want to get going here. Drive starts 1st and 10. Now he'll run it. So we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top as we get you down to Florida. Orlando specifically, for the coach, and no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Chiefs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And now it's 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. This kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Patriots offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. That'll be caught by the running back Davis. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Now he'll run. A 1st down on the scramble. A gain of 16.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap. to Purdy. Has completed to Douglas. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. He's going to tuck it and go.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On second down, a run with Davis. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Henry tries to bull his way in. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for third and goal. They'll try and run, and here's Henry. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up fourth and goal.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
On fourth down, Purdy. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And not much room to speak of there. He'll get this one only to about the 3. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Moving the tight end right. Mahomes now back near his own goal line. He'll get this complete. That's the tight end, Noah Gray. A gain there of 15. First down, KC. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Throwing now, Mahomes. Look wide, get this one complete. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And this ball incomplete on third down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Here's Purdy on first and 10. Hauled in by the tight end, Henry. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7.
At the 50-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He's got his big tight end, Henry. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Now third and 5.
Here's Purdy. Now a screen set up for Henry. Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
Throwing is Purdy. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. It'll be a 44-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Pats are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They give it, and it's 4. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and taken. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Davis. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Slot man in motion left. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots will cut into that lead.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. On the ground, this is Ford. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Mahomes. A quick slant that is caught by Kelsey.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
The home team's offense and Derrick Henry heading onto the field. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in that he could be a featured back in this one. Instead, no running lanes, no room to operate, stuck at the line of scrimmage, and generally taking this offense out of its flow. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
Purdy now on 2nd down. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Purdy to throw. And that is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Here's 1st and 10. A run straight ahead. That's Ford. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Christian Gonzalez, first rounder out of Oregon. Tight coverage there. The tight end going in motion to the left. On the handoff, Ford. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Mahomes back. That one taken in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. Here's Purdy. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And now the referee looks like he has gotten word from replay that he's stopped the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. He's found his receiver, Butte. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. To throw once more, it's Purdy. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Back to the air again is Purdy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Tight end going in motion here. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Offense. Still second down.
Putting the tight end in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Jared Wiley, the tight end. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch.